Previously on the Simselorette, Abigail made the devastating decision to send Connor home. Despite her heart breaking a bit at his departure, she is looking forward to her private getaway with Romeo. With final rose ceremony just around the corner, will this getaway make or break her decision? The tension of the rose ceremony still lingers, but Abigail pushes it aside as she and Romeo arrive at their secluded jungle villa. Nestled deep in the heart of nature, the villa is breathtaking. As they step into the villa, Romeo glances around before flashing Abigail a smug grin. "Looks like we're in for a romantic getaway," he muses, rolling up his sleeves. "Lucky for you, I'll be cooking tonight, because a man like me isn't just a catch, he's a full-course meal." Romeo's confidence sizzles, literally, as flames suddenly shoot up from the pan. That's not supposed to happen," he says, stepping back with wide eyes. Abigail doesn't hesitate, grabbing the extinguisher and dousing both the fire and a very startled Romeo in white foam. He blinks through the mess, coughing. "Okay, maybe I'm not the full-course meal, but I'm definitely well done." As Abigail laughs while wiping foam off her hands, Romeo forces a grin, but inside, he knows he needs to turn this around. Fast. That was not the smooth, romantic night I had in mind. He runs a hand through his hair, already plotting. I need to plan the perfect adventure, something unforgettable, to remind Abigail exactly why she chose me. Maybe a trek through the jungle to find some treasure will make this getaway memorable, he thinks. Romeo swallows hard as he stares up at the towering, ivy-covered gates, the faded warning signs doing little to boost his confidence. "Danger. Enter at your own risk." Yeah, that wasn't exactly the vibe he was going for. He forces a chuckle, glancing at Abigail. "So, maybe a different adventure?" He tugs at his collar, already regretting not bringing so much as a flashlight. Abigail laughs nervously, eyeing the rusted gate and the ominous warning signs. "Yeah, I'm all for adventure, but this feels more like the start of a horror movie than a romantic getaway," she says, glancing at Romeo. She raises an eyebrow at his obvious hesitation. "Maybe we cut our losses and head back before we end up on the news?" Romeo quickly nods, backing away from the eerie entrance. "Yes, I'll grill us up something to eat and we can just relax at the villa," he says, regaining his confident tone. Abigail grins, clapping her hands together. "Perfect! I'll have the fire extinguisher ready," she teases. As the grill sizzles, Romeo smirks to himself. This is more like it. Just me, Abigail, and a perfect night under the stars. He pictures them lounging by the fire, her head resting against his shoulder, maybe even stealing a kiss as the night ends. Maybe even something more, he dreams. To Romeo's relief, dinner goes off without a hitch. No fires, no disasters, just good food and easy conversation. While cleaning up, Abigail smirks. "I've got to say, Romeo, I was fully prepared for another emergency, but this was actually really good." He leans back with a smug grin. "Told you, I'm a man of many talents." Romeo leans in close to Abigail, his voice lowering with unmistakable confidence. "Let's move upstairs so I can show you what my real talents are," he murmurs, a mischievous smile curling at the corner of his lips. "You won't even remember Connor's name when we're done." Abigail froze, her heart sinking as she caught his meaning. She recoiled, her eyes narrowing. "Are you seriously trying to make a move on me right now?" she asked, her voice sharp with disbelief. Abigail's face hardened in disgust. "Don't bring him into this," she snapped. "You think you can just assume I'd drop everything for you because you're offering something? That's incredibly disrespectful." She stood up quickly, her breath coming faster now, anger replacing the calm she'd been trying to hold on to. "I'm not some prize for you to win, Romeo." The next morning, as Abigail packed, her phone buzzed. It was Connor. "Hey, I know you're busy, but if you have time, meet me at the bar. We can talk," he said, his voice warm and inviting. Abigail hesitated. She knew she shouldn't, but after their awkward goodbye, she desperately wanted to see him. "I'll be there," she replied, grabbing her jacket. When Abigail arrived, she could not help thinking to herself that maybe this was a mistake. As Abigail approached Connor, she took a deep breath, her voice steady but vulnerable. "I don't want to fight," she said. "It's just been a really long couple of days." "I have no intention of fighting with you, Abigail. Let's just talk. How did your getaway with Romeo go?" Once they sat down with their drink, Abigail said, "Romeo, he made a pass at me last night," she said, her voice shaking slightly. "He was so forward, acting like I owed him something." Connor's face immediately darkened, his jaw tightening. His eyes flashed with anger, but it was the disgust that overtook his expression that struck Abigail the most. He leaned forward, his voice low and strained. "I knew he was slime," Connor said, his voice tight with anger. "But I wanted you to see it for yourself." He looked at her, a protective edge in his gaze. "I can take care of him if you want me to." Abigail shook her head, offering a small, reassuring smile. No, it wasn't that bad," she said softly. "I appreciate you wanting to stand up for me, though, Connor. It really means a lot." She took a breath, her gaze softening. "I guess I just realized I wasn't in that place with Romeo after all." "Abigail," he began, his voice low and serious. "I've been keeping quiet about it, but I can't anymore. Romeo's been nothing but trouble since day one." He paused, collecting his thoughts before continuing. "First, he made up lies about the group date. Then he's always talking down about the other guys. He thinks he's untouchable, like the rules don't apply to him. He's just been playing dirty from day one." Abigail nodded thoughtfully, her expression serious. "I see what you're saying, Connor," she said quietly. "I have to see this through now and make my final decision. I don't know if Romeo is the one or not, but, like you said, I can't go backwards now, right?" Next time on Simselorette, Abigail's journey heats up as she heads on a private getaway with Rowan. Will their connection grow, or will lingering doubts cloud her decisions? With the final rose ceremony on the horizon, the pressure is mounting. Will Abigail's heart lead her to the man she truly wants, or will she make a shocking choice that changes everything? The end is near, and it's all on the line. Who will earn the final rose?